There are kids who naturally do well, but a lot don't. And then it gets pared down. So you have the gifted kids and everybody else. And everybody else kind of gets lost in the sauce, which is a waste as far as I'm concerned. It's not only the socioeconomic factors. Kids from any socioeconomic strata can have very difficult circumstances. As a matter of fact, I think childhood is over hallmarked and Disneyfied. Childhood is tough. I personally see the arts as the only world in a secular context where the mind, the body, and the spirit can connect and be explored. The bad kids and the gifted kids work together, and they need to find what that other person has that they need. Because everybody has something that we can learn from.
Young Shakespeareans is an after-school program that brings Shakespeare into underserved elementary and middle schools in Los Angeles. And we end up teaching these kids an excerpted script, and then they produce it, they perform it at the end of 13 weeks.
We are not training actors, and that is one of the misconceptions. The Young Shakespeareans is an empowerment program in disguise. It really is about helping them tease out who they really are, who they can be, getting them past preconceived notions of themselves that they have or that they've inherited from their environment.
They can do more than they might have thought they could, and they can do more than a lot of their community thinks they can.
And go!
You, Nick Bottom. I sat down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a shriver? That!
You got it.
When people refer to the arts as play, it kind of makes me nuts. Because it's a lot of work. It's just a different sort of work.
There will I stay for thee.
They learn about the prose. They learn how to understand the poetry. They learn how to listen to the language. Thou, just try to get it in your head. Thou, 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 yes. Just being able to do that, there's a confidence level.
It's providing a sense of agency that they might not otherwise have. And that's critical in any formation of any human, and especially these young students that were in kinder, first, third grade during lockdown, during the pandemic.
For kids who have never been on stage, who have never seen a play, who have never done Shakespeare, certainly, that is a heavy load to bear. And they do it.
Our focus is partly theater and partly having fun and wearing costumes and putting on a play, and all that stuff is great. But the true passion, I think, is building an understanding of what collaboration is, what it means to work with others to build something special, and how it feels to have pride as a collective, as a group.
I feel happy because I always wanted to be in a play. Second, first, third, and kinder, all the way to pre-K.
I remember how that felt the first time I ever did a play and turned to other people around me and said, we did something, we made something. And that's learned. It's not something you're born with.
If it's crowded, I usually don't like getting in crowded trains.
Philadelphia is the poorest, largest city in the United States, and the income inequalities are extreme.
Someone jumped into the tracks of the L train, so now we gotta take a shuttle bus to get to where we gotta go next. Usually it's hard to find music. It's like there's not many programs out there that deal with like either bands or any shows and stuff. Like if you want to do it, you gotta travel far to get it.
Most young people in Philadelphia don't have access to creative opportunities and music education opportunities. For most young people, this is the first opportunity that they have to learn, create, and perform music. Rock to the Future is a nonprofit in Philadelphia, and we use free music programs to support youth development and economic empowerment. Do you want me to go on? We work with more than 800 children and teens each year through schools, community locations, and in the juvenile justice facility. They receive group lessons on guitar, bass, drums, keyboard. They have music production where they're creating their own beats, and band practice where they're writing their own original music about things that are important to them, like bullying, gun violence, relationships. The whole program is no cost, and every student even gets their own instrument to keep.
I don't like to start with, hey, let's learn a song and play. I like to just like, hey, what chord do you know? Do we all know this one chord? Then we just jam on it. Just like whatever sound you can make with that one chord, make it, and then try to listen to each other. Basically, I draw a line on a piece of paper, and then it goes up and down. And that's like the dynamics, right? That's like the volume we're all supposed to follow. And then they have to do it without talking to each other. All they have to communicate is with their instruments. And that, I think, gets them really working together. They're really communicating on a musical level.
Our instructors are trained and our programs are designed for restorative practices, trauma-informed approaches, and really building genuine connections based off of the individual needs of our students. So something that we incorporate into our programs are daily check-ins, meditation, breathing, reflection, because we believe that all of these aspects of the creative experience are essential for positive growth.
Here, it allows me to have fun and learning at like the same time. And I know that sounds like super cheesy and cliche, but like it's just how it is. It gives you an outlet. It gives you an option. There's tons of people out here that feel like there's nowhere else to go. They're feeling emotions that they don't know how to control, or the way they're controlling them isn't correct.
So I'm ADHD, and when I was growing up, it was really challenging to connect with other people. At certain points, I considered dropping out of school. I joined the drum line, and I found a place where I felt connected, where I could express myself through music. The chance to do this work has had a significant impact on my life as far as my own mental wellness and my own desire to connect with others and creative expression, and honestly, to probably still be here.
In this class, I learned to not shy away from what I do and to not be blended in with the crowd, other than stand out with the crowd.
How do you feel about the future?
It rocks.
It's like you feel emotions that you can't really get through speaking. Like it's better to do it through actions or using like an outlet to bring it out, right? Like, if I can't say it or bring it out to somebody, allow me to use this tool. That's how we use tools, to do something with that we can't do ourselves.
Folks looked around at the deep history of superheroes in New York City, Spider-Man, Daredevil, and also we're the first place always attacked in those films, and felt like we should be the superhero supply company.
Should I read my favorite anime book when I get home? Maybe. I'll take that as a yes because I love reading, so I'm probably gonna read either way. I definitely care a lot about love because we all need each other. Like I know during the pandemic, I wasn't too upset about it because I had my friends and stuff that I could always talk to, my family, and I think love is definitely very important.
You come in, and depending on why you're here, someone will greet you, you'll test a cape, you'll learn about our programs, and then someone opens the secret door. And it's that amazement that's at the heart of what we try to do here with writing. Our founder, Dave Edgars, and the educator, Nineveh Caligari, said that they wanted to create a nonprofit to help students write and to help them with their homework. From that, the 826 Network was born.
All the magic really happens in this room. Students in our programs write original content constantly.
What makes a story? What makes a really good story? Amina?
We'll do a lot of collaborative writing, constructing a story together.
Dr. Mildew, what did you think? What did you think?
Well, I have to say, Dr. Mildew is our editor character who officially lives in the basement and is never seen by any staff.
It was incredible. She liked it, yeah.
We are very big on whimsy alongside our creativity here.
If you want to tell a story about a taco-eating dinosaur made out of tacos, we're down with that. We're here for it, but it has to be a proper narrative. I like to think about why creative writing. This young man wrote this amazing piece about his father who had been selling drugs. He was a Dominican immigrant and he'd been selling drugs and he was killed. And this young man was able to reconcile that his father was a good dad, but he was also this drug dealer who was involved in this criminal activity, and that those two things could exist together. And it's not necessarily wrong or right, that it was a much more complicated story. And it was an amazing, it knocked me off my feet. And we see that again and again.
I was never interested in writing or reading. I thought they were just a waste of time. I just thought it was boring. My place name is called the Clooney's Cutlery Cookies Cupcakes Cafe. And so I realized how much creativity I had inside me. I just brought it all out here and just started writing. And then I just realized what story I've created and I'm like, wow, this is definitely amazing.
I'm gonna do that actually. Okay, I'm doing it.
First, there's the things that we measure, that we know happen here. We know that students are building fundamental skills that will help them no matter where they go academically or professionally. We see growth in confidence. Their writing is published, it's shared, they learn self-reflection and empathy. All of these things that, again, we can measure and tie directly to our work. But then I think there's this other part that is available through all the arts, of really discovering those parts of yourself. I didn't know I felt this way. I didn't know that my perspective was necessarily this. You find that they do have a story, they just hadn't considered it. They hadn't considered what they've lived through or what that idea in their head was something important or perhaps something beautiful. Support from individuals and foundations like Find Your Light Foundation are how we do this work. It is the engine we run on.
Find Your Light Foundation was one of the first foundations that funded us. They took a chance and have allowed us to expand our programs from, our 13, 22 students to now hundreds of students every year. It also builds trust for other funders to get involved with the organization because they see prestigious foundations like the Find Your Light Foundation getting involved.
We want every kid to find their light. They're gonna do with it what they will.
Do you like animals? I want to become a vet or a groomer.
There's only one of me, so I gotta make sure to show the absolute me.
If it makes them more compassionate lawyers, that'll be great. If it makes them doctors, if it makes them inventors, if it makes them scientists, we don't care. If it makes them actors, if it makes them artists. If they don't find their light, that's not gonna happen.
Never be afraid to be yourself or express yourself.
All right, that's a wrap.
Thank you.